Alright guys, this is a part 2 to the prior video that I released yesterday, where I was reading the comments on the video that I put out, which was SAOIF 1 year later, what's next. You know, we're talking about what we would want in the upcoming year or moving forward after the 1 year anniversary had already passed us in November. And you guys left me a lot of comments on this, and that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted you guys to have that conversation with me, to converse with each other, and that's exactly what you guys are doing. So we are reading these comments, I'm responding to the comments, and let's get to it. I'm not going to roll the intro today because it's a part 2 to the video from yesterday, although I did record these back to back, but that's whatever. Let's go on to the video, guys. By the way, make sure you guys are hitting that like button for everybody on here, and subscribe if you guys are new. Alright, continue where we left off. Paul X. If they introduce PvP, I don't want it to be the most important thing ever, because then chances are this game will become a true pay-to-win experience. Right now, going up against bosses and such is easy, even with 2-star skills if you want, but that won't be the case in PvP. With PvP, the people who have spent a shit ton of money on banner pulls and have got a lot of skills will be the clear winners. So what we need is PvP to be an optional thing, which doesn't give too big of an advantage over the players who don't PvP. I see your concerns. If they add PvP, I 100% see your concerns on this. The way that I feel PvP should be done is through a couple of things. Level rank, meaning that you have your level, you can only fight someone within 5 levels above or 5 levels below. Okay, so if you're level 80, you can only fight people in the spectrum of 85 to 75. You can't fight anybody who's level 74 or lower. You can't fight anybody who is level 86 and above. That's one way to do it. Combined with, and I actually thought about this a little bit later on, because I did release a PvP video a little bit ago, but I feel like another way to address your concern is that when you register your to compete in the arena or whatever they want to do, if they do decide to implement PvP, which I think an arena would actually be the best, what they should do is when you go to register to fight in the arena or compete in the arena, you register with the cost that you have on your character. Now you're like, well, what do you mean the cost that you have? Well, obviously the skills that you equip on your character have costs, meaning that a skill might take 25 cost, might take 32 cost, or whatever the cost is, right? So if you are one of those players that you're free to play, you don't really have a lot of 5-star skills, so maybe you have like 1 or 2 and then you fill in the rest with 3 stars, or you only have 1 or 2 4 stars, you fill the rest with 3 stars or 2 stars. Well, your cost is going to be really low. Okay, so the average cost of a 4-star attack skill is about 24, 26 cost, something like that. I know they lowered some of them, but that's about the average, because some of them you have like really high cost and some you have really low. And then the average cost for a 4-star support skill is about I want to say it's like anywhere between 8 to 16 is the average cost for a support skill. So if you're all decked out in 4-star, 5-star support skills, or not support skills, but just skills in general, you're going to have a really high combined cost. So that person who has maybe 2 5-stars and the rest are 3 stars and 2 stars will have a really low cost. Let's say he has a cost of 75. Well, okay, so you have a cost of 75. They could do it in a way where you cannot compete with people above a 25, no, let's say above a 15 cost spectrum. So if somebody has over 90 cost, you can't compete with them. If somebody has under 60 cost, you can't compete with them. Make it fair in that regard. I think that would be really good, because then if there's that one player, like I said, who has who's all decked out in 4 or 5-star skills like myself, you know, you won't be fighting me because my cost would be like 140. So that would be a good way to address that kind of concern, and that would actually, that they could actually implement something like that in the game. That is something that's not too difficult to put in there, because there would be a check before you go into the arena. There'd be a check. So it's like, okay, so now your cost increased to 100 cost. Well, okay, so we're gonna put you and match you up with this range of people to fight. So I think that would actually be really good. And I don't think PvP would ever become the most important thing in this game, specifically because they want those floors to get pushed out. Divyesh. Oh, let me go ahead and like and heart. Divyesh, the lack of endgame content is making me not want to play at the moment. I really wish they dropped something good for us. And from what I've seen, they focus more on the contents for newer players to keep them engaged pretty much. I agree. A lot of the events that come out, and that's one of the reasons why the events are on the first floor. I don't know if you realize that. That is specifically why the events are all on the first floor. They could put, say for example, because floor 10, the feudal Japan floor, has a central hub, they could put the events on that floor too, or just put, you know, higher level events on that floor, which I think they should. But that's why they put it on the first floor, because to entice the new players. Hey, these are the events. Look, we got a lot of stuff we can do in this game. Come join us. When in actuality, once you get to the end of the game, or current end of the game, as of recording this video, is floor 12. There's really not much to do. It's the same recycled stuff. So, yeah, I agree. Druso. To be honest, SAOIF is really dead to me. I don't even log in when we get gems. Dragon Turd, well, that's not anyone's loss, but besides yours. I mean, basically, if you play regularly, it's free money. If you don't feel like giving the game your time, then it's obviously not your kind of game, my man. Well, I mean, that is true, but you know, I agree. I mean, that's why I don't log in all the time. That's why I don't. I just, like, if I do log in, like right now, you log in 7 days, you get the gems. You know, up to, I think it's, what was it, 2,500 or 1,500, whatever the hell it was. But you know, log in every day to get the gems. Once that's done, I'm gonna go back to not logging in. Nightmare, I wish there were better ways to grind XP or XP levels for your characters rather than persistently taking on the character quests to grind levels. Grinding out character quests gets boring over time since you continuously battle the same quest over and over. Yeah, man. Totally agree with you, man. This game needs a massive update and needs much more features and different quests. Thumbs up, heart. Just adding what you said about when you reach a new floor, I totally agree. There are only hunting or kill quests or whatever it is, and the rest is just story and then a boss fight. I wish these were added. After boss fights, give some decent loot, especially Arcana gems, since it's hard to get them. New quests, so it's more enjoyable. New features. Can be anything, just make it so we don't have to grind so much, or any items added, and don't make it too hard to obtain. I actually don't mind difficulty. I don't mind difficulty. I actually prefer having something difficult, as long as the grind is worth it. The avatar quests are not quests, but the avatar grinds are difficult, but they're not worth it to me. It's just cosmetic bullcrap that gives you nothing. Like, there's no stats on those avatar equipments. You don't get like rare boss drop weapons, nothing. So it's like, I'm just wasting my time doing that. I don't want to do that. I think what you said about in each banner should always be a guaranteed 4-star skill, since it's already been a year since release. Many players have 4-star skills now, and it really isn't that rare compared to when it was released. True. New loot to all quests, yes. They should refresh quests, just in general. Like, give us a reason to go back to older floors. Reset the dungeons every week. Reset them. Give us a reason to go back and grind each dungeon again. That way we'll have a constant flow of Arcana gems, you know? I think it's kind of ridiculous that they don't refresh the dungeons every week. Really ridiculous. Adding more Arcana gems to different quests. Example, after floor 12 boss, maybe 500 to 1,000 Arcana gems, something like that, rather than the 50 Arcana or even none. True. Add a dueling system where players can duel each other just like in the anime. that's what I've been saying. PvP would be the dueling system. Maybe some tournaments, again, PvP, to battle out the strongest or top players. I took on floor 12 boss on the 27th of January. For some of you, maybe the 26th. But after I beat the strict hermit, I thought at least get some good loot. But in reality, it was just some XP levels, which I wasn't happy about. Many more that I would keep mentioning. But yeah, this game is just have a 1-3 day maintenance or even a week. And just fix bugs and things that players actually want added, so that any new or old current players can enjoy. Yeah, a lot of good points in that, man. A lot of good points. Zeke Jordan, they need to add more assist characters. I don't like the assist characters, bro. And make them last longer. Well, I mean, you give some Viagra to Kirito, but that doesn't mean he's going to be good. They needs find a way to level up people's characters faster. More floors and event that give much better rewards. Yeah. Are you serious? Really want assist character function to continue? I have to ask why. Yeah, no, man, I don't like the assist character function. I've said I wanted a master function, a master pupil system, like Xenoverse. But nah, man, they freaking screwed this one up. Background music sounds like Resident Evil 2 soundtrack. It is. Why so scary? Because the freaking SAOIF current state scares me, man. At least there's going to be a Valentine map event, I hope. Yeah, it depends if you want to play the grinding game. You know that what you just said is very contradicting. So you're like, at least there's going to be a Valentine's map event, I hope. Yeah. You're like, you started off strong. Like, you made me believe that there's going to be a Valentine map event. And in all honesty, there probably will be. But then you're like, I hope. So, like, then you're like, well, it might not be. What's the background music sound so ominous? That Resident Evil. I just played this game a week ago. Oh, hold on. I'm not... there you go. There you go. There you go. I just played this game a week ago, and it already got bored of me. Mystery double penetration. I don't blame you. Imagine mystery double penetration. Oops! Who did that? Oh boy, I just ruined a lot of young minds right now. High quality content, guys. Chills! I've wasted so much Arcana at this point and literally got nothing. I've just given up on this game at this point. A lot of you guys need to just like chill for a minute. Like I complain a lot about the gacha system. I complain a lot about the Arcana, but you need to chill for a moment because there's more to this game than just the gacha. There is. Like the thing is, like, they throw the gacha in our face, like summon. That's what they do. But man, like, there's more to this game than that. Hatem Roxas. Well, not that I can say much since I'm playing this game like 1 week now, but as a new player, it's important to feel satisfied since the game needs an active community. First, I agree 100% about the guaranteed multi. It feels meaningless to grind or even spend money for gems when all you get are 3 stars or duplicate 4 stars when limit break. Say what? Second, multiplayer content quests. The game is online, so it's not nice to have the option of solo or party. But, as many comments said, the game needs to provide a way so players will have to communicate and play together for specific quests. That will make the game much, much better, especially for the next one reason. Third, do something about modding! Okay, it's useful and time-saving for many, but the game is no more fun like that. It just makes all this grinding and farming meaningless for players like me, which just want to enjoy the game. Fourth, quests to farm gems, high jewels, and XP that are not a pain in the ass. It just gets boring. Yeah, man. I like the game and all just for those reasons. After only 7 days, I start losing interest. Yeah, and like, here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. While I've mentioned before, the game is made and developed by Asobimo and produced by Bandai because it's SAO. Bandai has the rights to all the SAO games. Bandai does need to step in and do something about this. They need to improve upon the game. You know, what's it gonna get, or when's it gonna get to that point where it's like, all right, it's time for Bandai to step in and fix things. I don't know what that point would be, and I don't know if they even would, if they would just let the game go. Like, it's one of those things that, while I've mentioned before that the game's not dying, it's, you know, it's not going to go anywhere because the game makes a lot of money, but at the same token, they do need to step in and fix things. You know, that's just one of the things. Marco, I don't know how can I keep playing this game. The story is the only thing that keeps me playing. I don't even care for the story, to be honest with you. Most mobile games, actually all mobile games, I don't care for the story. Really don't. I lose interest in most mobile game stories after like the first 2 days, and then I just skip. Dave Elixir, they can make the next floor in SAOIF be a mixture of the 5th floor boss to 7th floor boss to the monsters. That will be awesome. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Oh, I know. So he wants the next floor to basically be a boss floor. That would be fun. Or they could do a gauntlet run where like you're continuously fighting bosses, and maybe you like there's no healing or allowed or whatever. Like they got to do something, give us some challenge, you know? So you group up, you go in a party, and you go on a gauntlet run, and at the end of the run you can get Arcana, or you can get rare armor or rare weapons. Like, I think that would be really cool, man. Oh man, I could see that. I could see something like that in this game, and that would definitely add a major spark to this game. It's almost like, dare I say it, but if you guys play Dokkan Battle #BadGame, Boss Rush. It's almost like Boss Rush in Dokkan, where you would have a section and you just fight the bosses, man. Oh my god, that would be so much fun because it's in real time. You know, it's in real time. You party up with people and you go at it, man. Oh, that would be so much fun. That'd be so much fun. That would be awesome. And they can also make a limited event, and when you defeat the monsters, you get mad XP. Like, that's too much. They also can make individual weapon guaranteed banners if you no more Gasha. No, don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas, because I guarantee you give them that idea, they'll freaking put it into the game. Oh Jesus, man, this guy Dave, you had me until there. You had me until Dave wants a weapon banner. No, go play memory defrag, man. You want a weapon banner, go play memory defrag. That'll change your mind really quick, man. No. We need raid bosses with insanely high health, where the person that does the most damage at the end gets a special type of reward, and it switches every week. No, because that right there becomes whale to play. That's what that is. Nope, don't want that. Something I would like them to fix: leveling. Oh, this is long. Holy crap, Isaac, this is long. See, I would give you, Dave, I would give you the thumbs up, but you lost me on that last one. You know what? I'll give you a thumbs up, but I won't heart it. How about that one? Something I would like them to fix: leveling. I don't think they should scrap the entire thing and just screw everyone's level up. However, I think we should have ranks depending on how many times we've hit level 100. For instance, if I reach level 100 and then level again, then I'll be level 1, but with a star. So you want something like Disgaea. If you ever played Disgaea, when you rebirth, or whatever it is that they call it, and if you don't know what Disgaea is, Disgaea is a RPG, like tactical RPG, so to speak, where you can rebirth your character and they will start back at level 1, but they will start stronger than when they were originally at level 1. So you want something like that. Weapon armor drops. I think that this game would be 10 times more interesting if at the very least bosses dropped weapons. I mentioned that before. And he mentioned it. I really like the suggestion you actually offered for this, Gogian. Who the hell is Gogian? And it would be better than just having some useless decorative item. Yep, chat. So he wants updated chat. HUD. I would really appreciate the option to modify the HUD on the screen, because I personally find some things to be unnecessary or too large. I don't know if you actually need the map, and while I actually like the map, and while I do appreciate how it looks when you tap on it, doesn't help that much. That should be on my screen permanently. I don't mind it. Assist characters, bullshit. We all agree assist characters need to be fixed. Things to add, PvP. Honestly, I think this is the most obvious, so I won't dwell on it too much, but testing our skills against one another would be fun, and it could develop a combat system shown in SAOIF, which isn't very deep to begin with. True. I think adding a parry feature to replace the switch, which would be useless in a duel because you can't switch with anyone, would be cool and interesting idea. I think there should be parrying just in general. Like, there should be a parry gauge. And yeah, extra skills. This is a totally wild idea, but I think it would be fun for endgame content. What if we could do skills such as cooking? I would like that. I would like that. I agree with you on that. More choices. I know that I am the only one complaining about this, and I get making a full open choice game on a mobile device is difficult, especially if you're doing some combat center stuff as well. But for a game who advertised as your choices matter, I don't really feel that way, because they don't. Koharu, for instance, was basically a blank state which us, the players, could easily mold into anyone we wanted because of how she looked up to us. However, the game doesn't offer us the ability to make her more hostile or despicable through dialogue options. We can only motivate her through more vigor. Rarely my decision will impact, and when they do, I am actually surprised, which is something I shouldn't be when this game is all about that sort of thing. Oh man, that was a lot to take in. If you want a game where your choices actually matter, with how your character progresses or changes, take a look at Shin Megami Tensei Liberation DX2. That one, you can align yourself. Just like in most Shin Megami Tensei games, you can align yourself with good, evil, neutral, chaotic. You know, there's like a whole bunch of different alignments you can do in that type of game. So maybe you should check out that one just to see if that's something that you actually want. Sophie Savage, yeah, I do agree with everything you say. Sometimes that bothers me that I feel like this kind of messed up the game from the start with the leveling system. This game hardly close to 1/5 done, and yet you're reaching end game levels in most MMOs. When Kirito ended SAO or whatever, he was around 90 at floor 75. Not really. Nah, I mean, yes and no. So if you ever played the video games, I believe, go up to level 1000. So take that how you will. Another thing is the event grind. The current event is 90,000 points for the level 70, averaging 4 to 450 per 2 to 3 minute runs. That's about 211 2 to 3 minute trips, or 8 hours consistently to the boss room. As a person with a job, a dog, and other responsibilities, IRL, F that. Sophie Savage, I applaud you. That was awesome. That was awesome. This game is a single player at best, not even an MMORPG, adding parties to grind out an event. NPCs are useless in story missions. They do 0 damage. True. Nobody tanks, and I'm the tank 100% with 100% of the damage output. An NPC party of 8 for a floor boss is completely a waste of development time, worthless to read the story because it doesn't even follow the gameplay afterwards. Oh yeah, I also saved up 14,800 Arcana for a Rapier banner. Got screwed on that. Wasted months of saving for one 4-star Rapier that wasn't even the banner showcase. I did get 3 other 4 stars, but useless to my playstyle. Rant over. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Yeah. Long-time player, only thing that keeps me going back is identifying goals to reach, like boss avatars or complete 4-star sets for all weapons, etc. Game needs to get its flair back. Yeah, those are not goals, man. Those are like excuses to play the game. They won't listen. No, they won't. No, they won't. I quit the 3 months ago because the same problem. They should add guild halls for players who purchase. They have guild halls. There are guild halls. That's a thing. Cyan, dude. if you throw a dice twice, you probably get different results. He's saying that because I said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So he's saying if you throw a dice twice, you will most probably get different results, but still I get your point, you're right. And I responded, dice is probability, that is completely different, so unfortunately the dice comparison doesn't work here, and that's true. Dice is not doing the same thing over and over again, because even though you're doing the same action, you always get different results because of probability. Even if you do end up getting the same result, the odds for that happening are low. Quit this game? No. At least add a feature where we can parry and block. Yep. What's the point of the shield? Yep, Marco. Yep. I hate having people. Oh, this is the end game content claim or whatever. End game content means you reach the end point of the game that is currently available, and that's it. You can't progress anymore. So after that moment, you need end game content, meaning extra events. You need different things to do to keep you interested in the game until they release an expansion or update or whatever to then increase to the point where the next end game content will be. Like World of Warcraft, you have World of Warcraft Vanilla. That was the end game content. Then you had Burning Crusade, end game content. Wrath of the Lich King, end game content. So again, that's how it is. Play Arena of Valor? No. Why not? Because I'm not playing any more mobile games. And that is the end of this video. So make sure you guys are hitting that like button for all these guys who responded, who had the conversation. Let's continue the conversations, guys. I think it's very good for the community to get together and talk about things like this, because at the end of the day, if enough of us are vocal about wanting things to change, things can change. But we have to be vocal about it. That's the only way that we're going to get results. So thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe if you guys are new. I will catch you all in my next video. Until then, guys, peace out.